Hi, and welcome to Moonbeam Connections. I'm Jacqui-Leigh. Today on relationship frequencies, we're going to look at your karmic soulmate. So I look at karmic soulmates as somebody who's here to teach us a lesson. Sometimes those relationships can be really bad. They don't necessarily have to be, but they're here to teach us a lesson. Sometimes they can come for just a short time, teach us a lesson and leave, and sometimes they can come and be in our lives for a long time because it takes a long time to learn lessons sometimes. So if you have someone in your life that you believe is in your life to teach you, to guide you, to do something that way, this message is for you. I do set the intention that these messages find those who need them when they need them. That, however, doesn't mean that the entire message is meant for you. It may just be portions of the message. So if we did find this message today, there is something in the message that is meant for you. It may be the whole thing. It may just be a portion. Take what resonates, just leave the rest behind. So we're going to look at your current energy with your karmic soulmate. This doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It can be. If you're in a partnership where there's lots of strife, I would say that's probably a karmic soulmate. But let's see, what's your current energy with your karmic soulmate? Ooh, we got two. And those two look like they did want to come out. So we've got, okay. Yes, we've got the reversed High Priestess. And so when the High Priestess is reversed, this is about keeping secrets, feeling disconnected. There's hidden motives there. Harm can be there. People can be withdrawn or selfish. There's some shallowness, lots of misunderstandings. And so that's the energy between you right now, you and your karmic partner. And that makes complete sense, right? That, a lot of times with these karmic soulmates, there is kind of a lot of strife going on, and then with the secrets and the hidden motives, I'd say, whatever this relationship is, there's a reason this relationship came together, and both people within the relationship might not exactly have good motives, right? So let's say one person has a lot of money, and so the other person is just there because they're trying to get access to that money, or somebody has a lot of status or a lot of power, and the other person is just there so they can try and cling on to that status and power, or the one person might only be in it because they have to be in a relationship. So just whoever's there, I will take because I need to be in a relationship at all times. And so this is about, this relationship. There are, dynamics within it, things going on within it that both parties aren't maybe not apparent to both parties. And then, of course, we have the reversed Page of Pentacles, which can be laziness or lack of focus, missing potential, right? When we're upright, it's like you're getting this new opportunity, you're having this potential, there's this, ambition to move forward. And this way, that's sort of reversed, right? You don't have this momentum to move forward. You can have greediness, like I only want what's for me, and procrastination, not moving forward on things, not being focused, missing those opportunities that are handed to you. And so the current energy within this karmic soulmate relationship, which of course this is kind of what you would expect, is that there's secrets and hidden motivations, and there's like no commitment. There's a lack of commitment. There's a lack of focus on this relationship. So this is a relationship where there's a lot going on behind the scenes. There's these hidden motivations, and there's this, I have no intention of staying within this relationship. I have no intention of moving forward in this relationship. I have no intention of making this relationship better and growing this relationship. I'm just here for whatever I'm here for, right? I'm not focused on this. I'm not reaching out for the potential of this. I'm not trying to work on this and make this better. I'm just doing this for my own selfish, greedy, I want needs. And I'm maybe playing you, not exactly telling you what those motivations are. So this energy between the two of you is obviously not great. And that's what makes this a karmic, relationship, right? So let's see what Spirit says about the next step here that you should be doing, or no, for your highest and greatest good. So when I say should, Spirit and I have an understanding that what I'm saying is for your highest and greatest good. So your next step, we got 2 for your highest and greatest good. Oh, great. So we've got the Nine of Pentacles, and this is our independent woman. This can be our single mother. This can be, you know, the working mother, the woman who's doing it all. So she's working hard. She's planted these seeds. She's, you know, tending to them. She's watching them grow because she's done all this work already. And so she's watching these seeds grow and living in independence, being self-sufficient, you know, getting the rewards, being financially independent, standing up on her own 2 feet. And then we have the reversed strength. So strength, when it's this way, is all about that inner quiet courage, quiet power, being patient, understanding things. You know, it's not this like brute force of strength coming in. It's this quiet, calm strength of knowing who you are, knowing where you stand, knowing what you want to do. So when we reverse it, it's like I'm in doubt about things. I feel weak. I feel insecure. You know, I feel like I don't have a lot of energy, or I'm struggling. I don't feel like I have this inner power within me. And so with these two cards combined, I think what this is saying is that you may not feel like you have this inner power within you. You may feel weak. You may doubt that you can make these choices, but your next step is to stand in this independence. So it's to break away from this relationship, be independent, be financially. And the fact we got Pentacle, right? And then 2 major arcana. So that's a lot. So we've got 2 pentacles. So it's like, this would be more of you look at it almost like a relationship, like a coworker relationship, a boss relationship, that type of thing. But and so it is more dealing with your earthly matters, right? Making sure you have enough money, enough food, clothing, shelter, those type of things. So it's dealing with your earthly matters, but we are talking about relationships. And so it could be more focused on a relationship within your career. But what it could also be focused on is that this relationship, you are financially dependent on them, or it may be like we live at this place and we both need to be putting in money. Neither one of us can afford it on our own, that type of situation. And what this card is saying is, no, you need to start standing up on your own. You need to start, you need to understand that you do have this inner strength, even though you don't feel like it, even though you feel weak. You need to gather up that inner strength, and you need to figure out how you're going to be independent, where you're going to live, right? So maybe I can't live in this big house with this person because I can't afford to live there by myself. So maybe I'm going to go live in a small apartment. But you know what? I can live in a small apartment, and I can, afford it myself, and I can be self-sufficient and independent. And so that's where we want to be headed. We want to be headed to, I don't need anybody to support me. I don't need anybody's resources because I'm okay on my own. And then once you do that, you won't need this karmic partner, right? So if you have this karmic friendship, or whatever this relationship is, could even be like roommates, right? Like it's a toxic relationship that you feel that I have to stay in this roommate situation because I can't afford it on my own. And so Spirit is saying, no, you need to start affording it on your own. You need to start gathering up your inner strength. You need to start turning this card around and being that independent person so that you don't feel like you have to rely on others just to like cover your basic needs, or, to give you what you need, that you stand up on your own. We all need people, like we all need relationships and people, but you don't want to be dependent on it. You don't want to have this specific relationship in order to survive. We want to be independent, standing on our own, so that any relationship we're in, it is an equal give and take. It's not I have to depend on you, I have to rely on you, I need you, or I can't survive. It's no, I'm fine on my own. If this relationship is good for me, I'll continue. If this relationship's not good for me, I'm not going to continue it because I don't need it, because I can stand independently in my own security of what I have built around me. So I think, this is what I want. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So I'm going to get a card. These are people cards. I just only recently got this deck. And so I want to see who this person is to you. So like, these are cards. Let's just go through. Like, okay. Ascetic. I can't read that. Ascetic. So these are different types of like people sort of thing that in your life, right? The writer, the soldier, Let's see, what else do we got? We got the creator. So who is this person to you, right? What do they represent in your life? So were they meant to, you know, guide you? Were they're meant to teach you, to coach you, to push you, to, you know, make you understand things? So these karmic relationships, even though they're probably not a great relationship, it doesn't mean that you weren't meant to be in them. It doesn't mean that you weren't meant to learn something from it. Doesn't mean that you weren't, you know, meant to go through this so that you can have a lesson and learn what you don't like, learn what you do like, that type of thing. So who is this person in your life? Who is this karmic person, please? And there we go. So let's see who they are. Dancer. Wow. So weaver of grace, movement, harmony, rhythm, passion. Okay, so this is someone that they represent a dancer in your life. So maybe there's a lot of movement or harmony with them. Maybe you're chasing them down because you feel like, you know, they have this passion, or they have this, you know, peace within their life. They're these great, you know, movers and shakers type of thing. So this person represents like a dancer type energy for you. Maybe there's passion, right? That's definitely could be a karmic relationship where there's lots of passion, right? They're a passionate person. They like to, you know, move a lot, do a lot of things. They get excited about things, but that passion isn't necessarily, you know, like you were attracted to it, but you realize, you know, maybe now passion fades, or that you know, it's too much. Maybe it's too over the top, too much passion, you know. And of course, when we got a lot of passion, what do we get? We get the negative side too, right? I always say these, you know, I never wanted to be in a great passionate relationship, because you're in these, you know, oh, passion, 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 but then it's fight, 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 passion, 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 fight, fight, fight. And I want a calming, relaxing relationship, you know, no super, super highs, but no super, super lows either. And so this person might very well represent someone who's very passionate, and it was, you know, quick, and you were drawn to them and wanted them, and oh, look at them, and everything. But now you're realizing, oh, that passion only lasts so long, or having this sort of passion or mindset all the time is draining, and it's too much, and we got to live sort of more practically, and that was what this would say, and more in reality of things, and we can't just, you know, follow things on a whim, because I see it like a dancer as being very like, oh, I'm just gonna go over here and go over there, like lots of movement and not staying still and bouncing back and forth, and, you know, being all over the place and being passionate and wanting things, but at the same time never sticking to something, like, oh, I'm over here, and now I'm over here, and now I'm over here, and so that's kind of how I see this person, is that like there's no real commitment, and that's what this card would say, right? There's no real commitment in there. It's just this drive and this passion, but then they're all over the place with it, right? So one minute they're focused on you, next minute they're over here, then they're over here, and there's no real focused energy within this person. And I'm going to get you a, let me see, what do I feel drawn to? I feel drawn to this deck here. This is a Moonology deck that I have that's a little bit more focused on relationships. So let's get a message for you about this karmic partner today. Please and thank you. So what message wants to come out for this reading, please? What message do they need to hear for their highest and greatest good? Ooh, nurturing love. Okay, let's see what it says. Nurturing love. Focus on gentle and nurturing aspects of love, representing care, support, and emotional connection. Okay, so make sure, like, when you're nurturing love, we're focusing on, right? It's saying Spirit wants you to focus on the gentle and nurturing aspects of this, right? So this is care, support, and emotional connection. So maybe with this person, there is the passion and the movement and the excitement, but there's no caring for each other. There's no supporting each other. There's no real true emotional connection, because this would say there's no real emotional connection. This would say there's no real commitment there, right? So this emotional connection isn't really developing, especially when we got the Pentacles here. It's more of like a physical, let's say, relationship. And so Spirit wants you to really focus on the other aspects. So you're focusing on the passion and the excitement and the, doing. But what you should be focusing on is those day-to-day caring for each other, supporting each other, being there for each other, having those emotional connections, listening to each other, hearing each other's problems, hearing each other's excitements, those type of things. And so we need to get away from this like more chaotic passion, moving, all over the place energy. Like that's just what I get out of this card, like just all over the place. We're here and we're here and we're here. And get into this more calm, peaceful, right? Steady, right? And so we need to start looking for relationships that are more supportive and connected and calm. So even though at the beginning it might feel slow or boring, no excitement there, this excitement also, right? We bring in the highs, we bring in the lows. Whereas this is more about an even keel connection relationship with someone. So that's where Spirit is saying like the focus needs to be more on, is having those even keel emotional connections that are not just all scattered all over the place energy. So I hope this message helped you today. I'm sending you peace, love, and happiness. Bye for now.